Hello everyone, it's Jessica and Jake, and we are going to do a Yin Yoga class today. So we're going to start out our class in reclined butterfly. So you're going to lay back onto your back, and then bring your feet together so your knees come out to the sides. And then here, go ahead and just see how much you can relax your body. Relaxing your knees out to the sides. And allowing the muscles of your face to relax. And allowing your jaw to relax. Releasing tension through the shoulders and just allowing that stress to come off of your upper back. And release into the mat. And relaxing your abs. And relaxing your glutes and pelvis. And releasing any tension through the legs and the feet. And then start to come to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing for a nice full inhale. And exhaling completely, navel coming back towards the spine. So allowing the stress of the day or the week to be released here. And allowing yourself to fully go inward. Check in with your body and see if you can relax just a little more. Redirecting your mind back to your breath when your mind starts to wander. Just 3 more breaths here. On your next inhale, you're going to slowly help your knees together, or slowly draw your knees together. Just move slowly, probably a little stiff here, maybe a little uncomfortable. And then go ahead and drop knees side to side, just kind of bringing some energy back through here. Taking any other movements that might feel good. And then we're going to come into banana pose. So we're going to lift the hips up and bring them to the left side of the mat. And then walk the heels to the bottom right corner. And shoulders in the upper right corner. And then you can lift your hands over your head. Maybe grab onto the left forearm to feel a little stretch deeper through that left side. Now here, again, start to relax, relaxing that left hip, allowing both hips to be flat onto the mat. You're welcome to hook one ankle over the other if that helps for you to stay in position a little easier. And then start to bring your mind to the sensations that you're feeling. So feeling that deep stretch through the left side body. Feeling your breath into all four corners of your lungs. Maybe noticing how freely you're able to breathe in this pose. And allow yourself to stay with those sensations. Stay with the sensation of breath. Just going to stay here for about 30 more seconds. Just see how much you can let go of and relax into this pose. On your next exhale, go ahead and start to bring your arms back down to your sides. And you can unhook the ankles, bend the knees, and then go ahead and shift yourself back to the middle of your mat. Maybe take your knees inwards towards the chest, or take any other movements that feel good for you. And then go ahead and bring your feet down to the mat and bring your hips over to the left side of the mat, right side of the mat. And then shoulders come to the upper left side and heels come to the bottom left corner. And then you can reach your arms over your head here, and this time the left arm or left hand will grab that right arm just for a gentle pull here through that stretch to the right side. And again, you can hook one ankle over the other if that feels good for you. And then you're just gently allowing that right hip to sink down into the mat. Come back to those sensations. That nice intense stretch through the right side. And that sensation of relaxation. Feeling your breath into all four corners of the lungs here. Redirecting your mind when it starts to wander back to your body, back to your breath. And relaxing here for another 30 seconds. And on your next exhale, go ahead and start to bring your arms back down to your sides. Always want to move slowly out of a yin pose. And slowly unhook the ankles, start to bend your knees here. You can bring yourself back to the center. And again, take any movements that release any stuck energy or discomfort. And then go ahead and start to roll onto your right side. So you can slowly come up and find your tabletop position. So here we are going to find melting heart pose. So you're welcome to use a block. And then start to walk your hands away from you, bringing your head down to that block. So you're essentially letting that chest melt down, feeling a nice intense stretch through the armpits and through the chest, and keeping the hips up nice and high. If your knees feel like they're going to escape from underneath you, you can go ahead and walk them in a little closer. And then again, just come back to your breath and allow those muscles to relax as much as possible. You're finding stillness. Finding relaxation. And finding sensation. See if you can let go a little bit more, relaxing a little more. And scanning your body for any tension. And holding here for 30 more seconds in stillness. Just 2 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and start to walk your hands towards your chest here, coming back up into your tabletop. And then go ahead, take some rounds of cat-cow. Just releasing some of that stiffness. And we'll take some thread the needle here next. So we're going to inhale, right hand comes high, and then exhale and release right hand behind the left. Right shoulder comes down to the mat. Just a few breaths here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and come back up, stretching that right hand high. And then exhale and release down to the mat. Inhale now, left hand high. And exhale, threading the needle on this side, releasing that left shoulder down. 3 more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and come back up and stretch that left hand high, and then exhale and release down to the mat. This next pose we're going to take is broken toe pose. So from your tabletop position, you're going to engage your toes, and you might just be able to put a little pressure on your toes here, or you might be able to sit your hips back over your heels. And moving gradually into the pose. So we're going to hold for a minute, so finding a place that you can hold and breathe through the sensations. You might be able to come all the way up. Remember to use your breath here to work through the pose. You should feel a nice deep stretch, but not pain, numbness, or tingling. Just 3 more breaths here. Very slowly, go ahead and start to bring your hands back down to your mat. And then slowly you're going to start to peel those toes off of the mat here, moving nice and slow. And then to release that pose, go ahead and start to tap the tops of your feet into the mat. It's kind of bringing some energy back through the toes and the feet. And then we're going to come into Swan pose. So we'll go ahead and first press back into downward facing dog. So if you'd like to take a little bit of movement through downward facing dog, you can pedal through the feet a little bit if that feels good. Just gentle stretch. And then we're going to come into Swan on the right side. So inhale, right leg comes back. And then exhale, right knee to the right wrist into the mat. Bringing that right leg up a little bit and letting the left leg slide down the mat. You're going to start up in a nice tall chest, nice tall spine, finding some level hips. You can always use a block under that right hip for support. And then you can stay lifted or you can recline down, maybe even grounding your forehead through the pose with a block or your fists or into the mat. So here, as you exhale, see if you can release some of that tension through the hip. Maybe even visualizing your breath as you inhale, and directing it into that right hip. And as you exhale, releasing stress and tension. And allowing yourself to release distractions, and finding stillness in your body, and focus in your mind. And we'll be here for one more minute. So just really allow yourself to relax as much as possible. Stay with that sensation of breath. And taking 3 more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and start to walk your hands towards your body, coming up with that nice tall chest again. And then start to engage into the left toes, lifting the hips back and release that right leg back. Finding downward facing dog. And then go ahead and drop your knees down to the mat. Bring your knees together here and then see if you can drop your hips from left to right. Just doing some hip dips here. See if that helps to release anything, any stagnant energy, any discomfort. And then when you're ready, go ahead and press back into downward facing dog. And then inhale now, left leg comes back. And exhale, left knee to the left wrist. Bringing the left foot up. And then letting the right leg slide back. And you can place a block underneath that left hip for some extra support. And then you're welcome to walk down, maybe even ground down through this pose. Just always take it nice and slow. Allowing your body to adjust to the pose as you breathe and release. You'll be coming back to that visualization of seeing your inhale directing it into that left hip. And then as you exhale, releasing any stress or tension that's been built up. You can stay with that visualization of breath. We're finding a sensation in your body to focus on. Just practicing to keep your mind present as your body is still. And allowing your body to relax here for another minute. And staying with that sensation of breath. And just allowing your body to stay still. Three more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and walk your hands towards your body, bringing your chest up nice and tall again. And then start to come into the right toes, lifting the hips up and pressing back for your downward facing dog. And then again, if it feels good for you, you can drop your knees, bringing your knees together and doing some hip dips from left to right here. And we're going to come into Sphinx pose. I'm going to go ahead and come all the way down onto your belly. Now here, if you have any low back issues, just bring your arms out in front and just rest them down, just having a small back bend. And if you can handle a little bit more, or you'd like to come up a little higher, increasing the sensation in your lower back, you can come onto your elbows and the palms of your hands. And here you're relaxing the muscles of your back, your glutes and legs. And the longer we hold the pose, the more sensation you should feel in that low back. If you start to lose any of that sensation, you can increase the intensity of the pose by coming up into seal pose. But I recommend really allowing yourself to relax into Sphinx for a while here. If your back is nice and flexible, seal might be pretty easy for you. Just come to that sensation in your back. Just allowing those muscles through your lower body to relax as much as possible. And staying with that sensation of breath and stillness. And we're going to hold here for one more minute. Notice if your mind starts to wander anywhere, and see if you're able to gently redirect. Just 3 more breaths here. And then as you exhale, go ahead and slowly lower yourself all the way back down onto the mat. Left cheek comes into the mat here. And then go ahead and bend your right knee out to the side. Just finding some release through that lower back. And just allow yourself to fully release here. Allowing your body to be heavy. On your next inhale, go ahead and stretch that right leg back. And then go ahead and come onto your right cheek. And then bend that left knee out to the side. And again, allowing your body to be nice and heavy here. And just nice steady breaths. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and stretch that left leg back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And then you're going to press yourself up into tabletop and then back into child's pose. Now you can take a wide-kneed child's pose or bring your knees together, finding what works best for you to release the rest of that pressure in the low back. And we'll take 30 seconds here. Nice, slow, steady breathing. And on your next inhale, go ahead and bring your arms back around to the front if they're at your sides. And then go ahead and come up into your tabletop position. And then go ahead and cross your ankles and sit back over your heels. And you're going to want to scoot up to the front of your mat. And then we're going to bend the knees and plant the feet. And then roll down to the mat. So just make sure you have enough room behind you. And then go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. You can rock side to side, find some movement here if that feels good. Then we're going to come into legs up a wall pose. So go ahead and release your arms down. You can support your hips or your low back with a block or your hands here if that feels good. And allow your jaw and your neck to relax. And take 3 more breaths here. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and take that block out or your hands away from your lower back here, and then bend your knees back into your chest. Arms are going to come out like a T on the floor. And then as you exhale, go ahead and drop your knees to the right side. You can also rest your knees on a bolster or a block if that feels good for you. And then see if you can relax your neck and turn your head towards the left shoulder. And then bring your awareness to your muscles and see if you can relax the muscles here. Just releasing into this twist a little deeper. Slowly releasing the knees to the right, just a little more, allowing that left cheek to come down towards the mat. You're not forcing anything in these poses, you're just allowing. Just releasing resistance. And bringing your mind back to your breath or the sensations in your body if your mind starts to wander. And 1 more minute here to relax. And coming back to your breath. Three more breaths here. On your next inhale, go ahead and engage your core to bring your knees back to center, bring your head back to center, and take any movements here that might feel good. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and allow your knees to fall now to the left side, relaxing your neck enough so that you can drop your head towards that right shoulder. Bringing your awareness back to your muscles, just allowing any resistance to be released. Redirecting your mind back to the sensations in your body, and the sensation of breath. Notice on your exhales if you're able to release a little deeper into this pose. Coming back to a visualization of breath. And allowing yourself to relax here. One more minute. Redirecting your mind if it starts to wander. Three more breaths here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and engage your core to bring your knees back to center, your head back to center. And then here, go ahead, bring your knees into your chest and pull your knees out to the sides. You can either stay here or you can start to reach for your feet, coming into your happy baby pose. Maybe you'd like to find some movement or gentle sway, or even straightening one leg and then the other, finding some nice movement and stretch. And And then release your hands from your feet here. Bring your knees back into your chest. And then find a full body squeeze here. Squeeze your muscles. Squeeze and tense the muscles in your face and in your feet. Maybe your biceps to your forearms. Just squeeze it all. And then allow yourself to relax and release down into your Shavasana. Just allowing all of that tension to be released. Start to scan your body again from your head to your toes. Allowing the muscles of your scalp to relax. The muscles around your eyes to relax. Allowing your jaw muscles to soften a bit. Relaxing your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Releasing tension through your chest, your abs. And allowing the weight of your world to come off of your upper back and your shoulders. And releasing tension through that low back. And relaxing your glutes, your pelvis. Releasing the knees and thighs. Allowing your calves and your feet to relax. Allowing the full weight of your body here to be rested onto your mat. Just allowing yourself to exist here as you are. Redirecting your mind back to your breath here. And then slowly bringing some awareness to your body again by wiggling your toes, tapping your fingertips to your thumbs. And finding a little bit more movement, maybe even stretching your arms over your head and stretching fingertip to toe. And then go ahead and shift your hips over to one side so you can roll onto the side in the fetal position. And just allow for some nice breaths here to close your practice. And then you can start to slowly come back up into a comfortable seated position. And then we'll go ahead and inhale and reach the arms up. We'll take 3 nice breaths here. Inhale up and exhale, Heart Center. Inhale up. Exhale, Heart Center. Last one, inhale, reaching up. And exhale, Heart Center. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.
Namaste.